A new police substation in Marston's Mills is nearly ready to open. The police department is gearing up for a busy 4th of July weekend, plus a second vote will be held tonight on a scaled-back proposal for a new Hyannis fire station. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, July 1st, 2014. I'm Sarah Mantle. A new Barnstable police substation is just about ready to open. Police Chief Paul McDonald says the department is putting the finishing touches on the new Marston's Mills substation today.
The cabinet makers out there to put the countertops on, and that should be the finishing touch. Tomorrow we'll spend the day cleaning it, and then Thursday we expect it to be open. All the computers are there, the phones are there, it's ready to go, the volunteers are ready to man it, so hopefully Thursday morning, if everything works out as planned for today, it will be up and running on Thursday.
And the station will open just in time for the busy 4th of July holiday weekend. McDonald says the 4th of July is the busiest day of the year for the Barnstable Police Department.
The one day where the entire police department works. Nobody has a day off. All days off are canceled. Anyone assigned to a plainclothes or a specialty unit are all assigned back to patrol because we have 5 parades that we have to cover. There are several parking bans. Of course, we have the fireworks at nighttime. You know, we will handle probably somewhere between 500 and 700 calls of service just on that one single day. So everybody will be working. Thing that's important that everybody should know, there are several parking bans that do go into effect starting early on Friday morning. The first one is on Main Street in Barnstable. However, there is ample parking at the Barnstable County Complex. The second one to be aware of is at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, Main Street. Hyannis will be shut down. The parking ban is in place until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. In the past, we've never had a problem. We've been able to get the cars out of there. The parade does kick off right at 4 o'clock, and hopefully if there are any cars left on the road after 3, we do have to tow them, but in the past several years we haven't had to tow anything. Then, of course, we have the fireworks that night, so we do expect to have a very, very busy day.
McDonald recommends residents take their time on the 4th and plan for some traffic delays after the fireworks. Hyannis residents have another chance to vote on plans for a new and improved Hyannis fire station. A $19.8 million version of the plan failed to gain 2/3 majority support at a meeting held at Barnstable High School in March. Since then, the cost of the project has been reduced to about $18.9 million. That was by reducing the proposed station's size. The building committee also expects that number to be reduced once more after the department sells off 2 properties owned by the fire district. We chatted about the need for a new station with EMS Supervisor Mike Medeiros. We share that interview with you now. We're here in the ambulance bay, and we're talking about a proposed fire station and plans. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your needs specifically here in the ambulance bay. Talk to me a little bit about your needs specifically.
Yeah, as here in Hyannis, not only do we do firefighting, we do ambulance work also, which we call emergency medical services. The station that we're currently in was never designed for that purpose. It kind of evolved over the years, and we incorporated ambulance work into one of our functions. Currently, we're running 3 ambulances, averaging about 18 calls a day, and they're extremely busy, and a lot of the station isn't equipped to deal with a lot of the work we're doing on the ambulance side. For instance, clean and dirty, there's no separation. We have currently, when we have contaminated equipment that we have to bring back to the station, we're cleaning it behind the ambulance, in the ambulance bay. And that is also the main pathway to the living quarters for the personnel. So in the new facility, there would be spaces to incorporate the dirty room, so where we can decon not only equipment, but personnel too, if need be. And then we'll also have another room, the separate room for the clean equipment, and then another 3rd room for storage of ambulance supplies, which currently are unsecure.
I was just going to talk about that. You have ambulance supplies right here in the ambulance bay. You have a garage door opening right here. It really doesn't allow for a lot of security there.
No, not only that, it's difficult to keep track of inventory too, because as supplies are needed, they're going to the shelves, and it's tough to control inventory. There's no security in a new facility. This would be in a secure room. So right now, it's literally 5 feet from the garage door. So anybody passing through the parking lot can see our inventory, which we're concerned about.
One thing I noticed too, standing here now, right now specifically, while we're standing here, you actually have a couple ambulances out, but you fit how many ambulances in this bay?
This is actually, we have to back them in on angles. There's 2 ambulances in this bay, and we have a third ambulance in the bay on the side of us. So we have to be very particular on the way we back these trucks in, and sometimes they're touching mirrors, literally.
And it's not really meant for that many ambulances,
No.
I don't think.
No, this was originally one bay, and we were fortunate enough where we can angle them in, but it is another concern we have.
Talk to me a little bit. One thing I noticed is you have a gas pump out there to fuel your vehicles, and you actually right now have the fuel storage underground right in front of this bay. So when you ever fill up for, get a gas fill up, it really puts this bay out of service for some time.
It does, and sometimes getting fuel deliveries too. If we're not cognitive of whoever's doing the delivery, sometimes we have to make them move their vehicle or their fill truck just to get out the door. When we're pulling the large apparatus around, the fire trucks around, sometimes we're blocking these doors, and there's been many times where we've had to interrupt their refilling operations just to get an ambulance out the door.
Yeah, in the plans for the new building, you actually, the new plans call for above ground fuel storage. You actually said earlier that could save the fire department money. Explain how that works, how that could save the fire department money.
The deputy would know more on it, but basically, when it's above ground, it's less regulations that we have to adhere to as when it's below ground. There's certain testing standards that you have to adhere to, and with our facilities now below ground, if anything goes wrong, we have to dig up literally. It'll put this bay out of service. We'll have to dig up the ramp in front of the ambulance bay, and that's a concern for us.
Yeah, pretty hard to do that when this is such an active bay. Definitely want to talk a little bit more about some areas, like you said, don't necessarily meet code. So one thing you're really trying to do with the new building is to bring everything up to code.
Yeah, we're as the chief has said many times, the only thing we haven't had to really mess with in the station is the brick. Everything else we've had to either replace or repair. We're due, just the electrical service coming in was due to be replaced several years ago. We're supposed to be replacing all the panels. We're having problems with all the HVAC units. The companies in here on a daily basis trying to maintain them. We have raw sewage that 3 times in the past couple of months has been backing up in the downstairs kitchen, the living quarters downstairs. So there's a number of issues that we're dealing with. We can get into every little thing from carpet to windows that need to replace in this facility, and we're trying to save taxpayers' money by putting that off if we know we can get a new facility. We don't want to spend money unnecessarily if we can get this project through.
One thing you guys have said in the past too is you are actually offering residents to come take a tour. You guys are willing to meet with residents anytime and really show them firsthand what the need is and where that need is.
Absolutely. We actually we're encouraging the voters and the Hyannis residents to come in, take a look at the station. It's been, those who have had the tours, it's been a real eye-opener for them. And it gives us a chance to explain everything we do here, some of the obstacles that we're dealing with in this facility. And so we strongly encourage anyone out there who wants to come in and tour the facility, please do. We'd be happy to show them around.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The vote on the new fire station will be held tonight at Barnstable High School at 7 p.m. Well, be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will learn more about the Cape Cod Baseball League, have our Business Barnstable segment, plus we will have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.